back to my channel, and today my topic is about votes for women. Back then we had a problem, which is women's rights. Even though the New Zealand women achieved their goal in 1893, many countries and states went on for much longer. The women were nicknamed suffragettes, which also means a woman seeking the right to vote. However, to solve this problem, in Britain, Emmeline Pankhurst, as you can see in this picture, developed the Women's Social and Political Union, also called WSPU. The fight became very fierce around World War I, but women kept on campaigning. Now let's talk about military position. The WSPU were led in military lines. Emmeline Pankhurst had her eldest daughter, Christabel Pankhurst, as one of her leaders, which led the military lines. Emmeline Pankhurst, on the other hand, inspired the troops to fight back and disobey the men's orders. This can even help the women get their rights. Disobeying orders can also lead to arresting. Like soldiers, women followed directions from Emmeline Pankhurst without having to be told twice. Now let's talk about arrested. On November 18, 1910, women marched peacefully to the House of Commons, which is responsible for making laws. There, police were involved, and the fight lasted more than 6 hours long. At the House of Commons, women were physically assaulted and also violently attacked. The women also were forced to eat with force-feeding equipment. The force-feeding equipment had a funnel and also a tube. The people or the men would pour stuff down or pour food down of the force-feeding equipment funnel tube in order to feed the woman. Some women even went on hunger strikes. Let's talk about women's suffrage in Asia. Women all over Asia were campaigning the right to vote. In India, women developed the Women's Indian Association. They raised the issue in 1917, but had to wait till 1949 to get their vote. In Japan, women raised the issue in 1920, but had to wait till 1945 to get their vote. However, Taiwan and China was a whole different story. Chiang Kai-shek was the governor of China and also Taiwan. He owned both China and Taiwan, and this meant it was democracy. Women were able to vote for a very little time. When the China Party took over, the governor, Chiang Kai-shek, moved back to Taiwan. Now China is communism, so women aren't even allowed to vote there anymore. They only got to vote for a really small amount of time when Chiang Kai-shek was their governor. I'm going to talk about women's suffrage in the States. Women's suffrage in the States was very harsh. It was even harder than achieving black rights. Women held marches and held vote signs. Some women held signs to tell what they thought and what they think about women's rights. This is a picture of Emmeline Pankhurst holding a sign. It says, "To ask freedom for women is not a crime." This can tell men that what the women are thinking instead of the women saying it out loud. After all the years of having to fight about women's rights, women got their vote and victory in 1920. And then this is a picture of women holding vote signs inside a very big march. Let's talk about colors of suffrage. You would never imagine there are colors of suffrage. The tree-color rosette and also the Vote for Women banner all have green, purple, and white. Those are the 3 colors of suffrage. This tricolor rosette says Votes for Women. It was worn on every single march. And each color has its own meaning. White is for life because women want to live because they want and vote of their rights. The purple was for honor. Women honor the suffragettes that have died trying to have women's rights. Lastly, there is green, which means purity. You might never have heard of purity before. It means soul and spirit. Women need a good spirit, and also they wish to have hope in order to get their rights. And the colors were also involved in the WSPU. In conclusion, I believe women's rights have went on for a long time. Women fought as hard as they could. The WSPU, or Women's Social and Political Union, founded by Emmeline Pankhurst, was a very great way to help get their women's rights. Emmeline Pankhurst and Christabel Pankhurst led very well, and finally they got their victory in 1920. Thank you for listening.